Seeing people regret voting for Trump is so annoying to me. I thought it was gonna be kind of satisfying because it's like, I told you so, we all told you. But it's infuriating because we did tell you, we've been telling you, you had him for 4 years, you didn't realize that it was probably not a good decision. He told you exactly what he was gonna do. Professionals said, hey, this isn't gonna be good. This is gonna negatively impact you. And y'all didn't listen, you still voted for him. We had so many celebrities, so many influencers out here saying, hey, vote for Trump, da 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 da. And now they're all backpedaling. And it's only because it's affecting you now? You didn't care that all these other minorities were being affected, but now that it's affecting you, now you care. Well, lucky for you, we're all just screwed now. So, that's great.
Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Trump has put his tariffs all over the place. I've been trying to understand them. I don't. And everything's in the because of it. Donald Trump just cost me $20 million or whatever he did. Maybe don't be on the golf course.
Everyone in this room, everyone loves you. And I just want to say you're a true hero for this country. I don't know how many of you guys are invested in crypto or stocks. What the is going on with our country? Guys, why am I poor?
Because Donald Trump is the nominee against Joe Biden, I won't just vote for him. I will walk over broken glass to vote for him. His giant tariff policy that he just dropped on the market unilaterally, probably unconstitutionally.
MAGA regret is a trend. And just like buyer's remorse, I anticipated that this would happen. There was no way that people willingly made this decision and they were actually fully educated in their decision. They considered all options. They considered all possibilities. They considered the impact that this could potentially have, or they even glanced at 2025, Project 2025. They didn't. And so some of this was about, and so I get it. Do I feel like the government entity as a whole might not always benefit the American people? Yes, I do think that. Do I feel like sometimes politicians trump regular average people like me and you? Yes. Do I think that people attach themselves to the idea and concept of the fact that a billionaire could potentially run America better than politicians? Yes. And I think that what people did was attach themselves to the dream that they could potentially have access to that amount of money, that they could potentially get into this environment where Trump was going to change the status quo of how we live, how we eat, how we breathe, how we operate as a country, and how the government operated specifically. I think that he led with that because that was the emotional appeal that he could attract so many different people. Even after he disrespected so many different nationalities, said so many different offensive things, has been in very compromising situations when it comes to women as well. Y'all still voted for him. And so now I'm starting to see all these videos that are, it's like a trend where it's like MAGA regret. And so there's all these people that are going through the reasons why they are regretting voting for Donald J. Trump and how they didn't understand that whatever decision making he was going to make, that it would impact things that are so closely related to what they need, what they depend on, what they do on a daily basis, maybe even their employment, their livelihood, the employment, livelihood, and dependency of their loved ones, whatever it is. I stand in solidarity with the 92% and say, we told you so. And the thing that I'll continue to say and scream to the mountaintops until I can't say it anymore is the hate of the Black woman is so strong that you will willingly sign up to jeopardize your livelihood, your normalcy, the livelihood and normalcy of so many other people, your ability to live comfortably. You would give all that up versus allowing a Black woman to be in charge. The funny thing about all of this is America knows it more than anything that Black women are the most powerful people on this planet. And the problem with that is if we allow the Black woman in the White House, we empower Black women across the world to stand flat-footed, take charge, and start running things everywhere. We'll start to see a movement. We'll start to see Black women rising up in all types of leadership positions. We'll start to see those timid Black women, they'll find their voice. They'll find their power. They'll find their strength. But they don't want that to happen. That's a movement that they want to prevent as much as possible. But 92%, I know we got something brewing. I know it's coming. Just wait and see, babe.
Hope your day gets better.
Shut the fuck up!
Positive energy.
Y'all see that lady crashing out on CNN? Talking about it means something to be an American? Do you see now why I say that this idea of leaving MAGA, I don't think that really exists? Because these people absolutely believe in what he stands for. And what he stands for is the reclaiming of power, the reclaiming of supremacy by white America. That's what the emotion is all about. That's why she feels so strongly about saying what she's saying. The conversation that they're having is about whether or not a judge who was appointed by Trump is allowed to deem him using the Alien and Enemies Act, a wartime power, in non-wartime, deem it lawful. The conversation they're having is whether or not he is exceeding his authority as the president by doing what he's doing and deporting, now we know, many American citizens. But once again, like I've said, the rule of law, they don't care about that. Equality and human rights, they don't care about that. The words in the Constitution that says every person in this country has a right to due process, they don't care about that. What they care about is supremacy. What they care about is maintaining a hierarchy. What they care about is the president wielding unchecked power in the name of defending white America. Because that's all they've wanted. That's all they've really wanted, probably since Barack Obama was elected. A champion to stand up and fight for white America. That lady was ready to flip that table off of the idea that the president could not act the way that he's been acting. And for what? Because the facts are true. Everyone is entitled to due process. And he does not have the right to be conducting business the way he's been conducting business when it comes to these deportations. But that's not the world she wants to live in. That's not the world MAGA wants to live in anymore. They want to live in a world where the law is the law, the Constitution is the Constitution, but it is only applied to people who don't look like them. Once these laws do start applying to them, that ain't gonna work. We're gonna burn it all down.
Hey there, MAGA regret. It is really happening. And I grew up in rural Iowa, just 1 hour away from Omaha, Nebraska. Both of my children live in Nebraska. Most of my family are in Nebraska right now. And so this is a really big deal for me. But you guys voted for this. And I don't want to go through the whole thing that everybody else is doing. What I want to talk about is decency. So when I grew up, and probably the same thing for boomers, if you broke something, you made up for it. So say you go borrow your neighbor's ladder and it breaks. You go buy them a new ladder, your wife bakes them a cake or a pie, and you express your sorry several times and you feel bad. So now your vote, because you did not pay attention the last time or read Project 2025 or anything, to point you in the right direction and show you what exactly was going to happen. This is the vote that you made. And so I see many of you coming on here crying fake little tears, but I have zero sympathy for you, because what are you actually doing now? Are you protesting in any way? What are you doing besides trying to get other people to feel bad for you? It's going to require action, and it's going to require you to really go out and mobilize and make a difference now, because you are the one who did the thing. It was you. You made the vote. It's affecting you now, just like it affects the rest of us. So what are you going to do? I'm really anxious to hear what you're going to do to make up for it. We are not the ones that did this. So again, how are you going to make it right? The people in the Midwest it's very, very important to make up for your wrong. So what are you doing to make up for your wrong? Write it down. What action, what mobilization are you doing? This is really the only answer now. I don't want to hear any more tears or any more bullshit. What are you doing?
I want to make a particular appeal today to MAGA Americans. I really don't believe that what is happening in our country now is something that you want. But I understand that it's not a natural act for us to admit that we believed lies and that we acted upon them and that we allowed those lies to shape our being and our personhood and our identity. And leaving MAGA does not judge you. We do not ostracize those who have doubts. You are welcome with us at our community. And for friends and family who are out there who have friends and family in MAGA, we are here for you as well for support. Make sure that you follow us at our socials, leavingmaga.org. Get on our newsletter. Make sure you're subscribing. Empathy is much more preferable than scorn. Thanks.
Well, it finally happened, and it's happening fast. I'm getting a lot of messages from people who say, I'm a Republican, I'm a Trump supporter, but I want labor rights. And they're asking me for help with the problem they're having now that Trump is really attacking the federal workforce, and they're scared. The hypocrisy. How dare you come to me for help when you have spent the past 12 years of Trump's career violently and viciously attacking anyone who doesn't look like you, violently and viciously attacking labor rights when every expert in the world warned you. And you mocked us. You still mock us when we tell you that what's happening is dangerous. But now that it's finally affected you, as we warned you it would, now you think you deserve special treatment? It's kind of like that guy who posted about not paying taxes and how proud he was not to pay taxes. And then the fires happened and he was desperately calling for private firefighters to save his house, but no one else's. I'm angry at you. I'll probably still help you because I believe in this, but I'm angry at you.
I just saw a video of a Trumper on here. You've probably seen it. And he's basically like, I voted for Trump. These tariffs are killing me as a small business owner. I need some help. Some Democrats in the comments are trolling him, of course. And someone commented, like, I love this for you. And the Trumper replied via video. And he was like, oh, you love this for me, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck did you expect? We told you this, and we got called elitist. We told you the impact tariffs have on the economy, and you were like, you guys think you're so smart? This is basic knowledge. So the guy makes the video back, and he's like, I knew Trump was gonna tariff. I thought it would push people to build in the USA. I'm gonna explain this to you like you're 5. Have you ever watched Shark Tank, okay? And a product's on there, and the sharks go, why is it so expensive? And the person goes, it's made in the USA. Why do you think they say that? Why do you... Everything's more expensive in the United States. That's why we get things internationally. And as a small business owner, I'm surprised you don't know that. You didn't think this would start a trade war, huh? Like last time? And last time was significantly less than all the tariffs he's doing this time. Like, you don't get to play victim, okay? You were warned, you ignored it. Now you're paying the consequences for voting without knowing how things work.
Recently, leaving MAGA or I regret my vote in one form or another has been trending, and a whole bunch of MAGA people are actually frustrated by the responses that they're getting when they come out saying that they're leaving MAGA and the various reasons why they're doing so. And I would like to clear up for them exactly why. Now, if you disagree with my reasons, go ahead and let me know in the comments. We can have a conversation about it. But I feel pretty confident in saying that I speak for the majority of the left when I give this opinion. So all of the videos that I've seen have been people saying, I'm leaving MAGA or I regret my vote because, and then they insert some personal story of why it's personally affecting them. They're losing their farm, they're losing their benefits, they moved for this job, and now the federal hiring freeze means they're not going to actually get this job, and now they are personally struggling in some way, shape, or form personally. And we're not coming out and patting them on the back for realizing their mistake because they're dealing with personal consequences. Dealing with personal consequences and regretting things that are happening specifically to you do not show growth or evolution of your thought process. They don't show empathy. It shows you not liking bad things happening to you. And that's not growth. It'd be one thing if you guys were coming out and saying, oh man, I didn't realize that they were going to open Guantanamo Bay and start sending poor migrants to one of the most notoriously bad places in the world. Or I didn't realize they were going to try and erase trans people from existence. I didn't realize they were going to try and reverse women's suffrage. I didn't realize whatever it is. But none of it ever pertains to other people. And that's why you're not getting patted on the back. That's why you're not getting sympathies, because you're not elevating your consciousness and coming out and saying, I now realize that Donald Trump and the Republicans are evil and they're doing evil things and I don't want to be on the side of evil. You're instead coming out and saying, oh, I'm experiencing personal negative financial consequences and I don't want that to happen to me, when you were fine with all of those bad things happening to other people. I actually gave my vote, all of my votes, to my wife this year. When we got our voter packets, I handed her my voter packets and I said, I'm the most privileged group of person that there is. Anything that's going to happen right now is going to affect me the least. And as a person from a marginalized group, I want you to cast all of my votes for what would be in your best interest. And then I signed my name at the bottom and I went and put it in the mailbox because I wanted my vote to count for other people, because I give a shit about other people. I don't just say, oh, I want to protect women and children. No, I actually give my vote to do so. That's why my vote went where it did. That's why I voted for Kamala Harris, or moreover, my wife did, and I agreed to that vote. And so that's why you guys aren't getting any big pats on the back. That's why no one's making a big deal about it and saying, great job, because you didn't actually show any personal growth. Personal growth would be empathy for the impact that your vote had on other people, not how it's negatively affecting your pocket.
I don't know who the fuck the tolerant left is, but it sure as shit ain't me. I am not a nice person, and I have slapped the shit out of people for far less than telling me that the people that I love shouldn't have basic human rights. Stop playing with me.
Western media is not going to show you this video. It's just...
Movement on China, because China said a little bit, look, a little bit, and now they're not doing any business with us, you know, because, not because of them, because of me. Because at 145%, you can't do business.
Obviously. But that is our POTUS admitting that, surprise, surprise, he's wrong about the Chinese tariffs. And now they don't want to do business with us. I've been able to deduce that this video was filmed on April 28th, and this is when the interview happened. However, I cannot find this video on any parts of Google, any news media outlets, none of them. Conservative or liberal. That's because I don't think this video actually reached us. Which is wild, because don't you think his counterparts would love to put this on blast? All the MAGA out there continuously saying, tariffs are gonna work, just wait, just watch. Well, I'm sorry, but Donny Boy, your Lord and Savior, even admitted it. And now we're cut off from doing business with China. Hello?